Hey, Dan Fitzpatrick here, stockmarketmentor.com, and I want to look at Snap here, Snapchat. Look, the company reported earnings after hours. If we just look at where the stock was trading before the close, it was just kind of consolidating here, just a little under $25. But then when you look and see how the stock traded, at one point it pulled clear back to the 50-day moving average. That kind of reminds me a little bit of Netflix when the stock traded after hours on their earnings call down to 450. You can't see it here, but after hours the stock traded clear down to the 50-day moving average and then rebounded. It was actually you could have almost said, let me buy it $4.50 and 2 pennies, and you'd have got the perfect fill. Okay, so Snapchat kind of gave you the same thing. Well, that's then, but we're talking about tomorrow. So this is the deal. The company's revenue growth is slowing a little bit. Their active users were up 17%, and I'm not a real fundamental guy on this stuff. Their active users are up 17%, but with respect to the revenue, and it's all ads, they were saying that ads are starting to come back as things kind of open up. I don't know about any of that, but so I will say this: everything that I just told you about the company, their numbers and all that, that's all I know. I'm sure that Snap has a home page, but I can assure you I've never been there. I'm not a Snapchatter. I'm really not a Twitter guy. I do have, probably almost 60,000 followers, but it's mostly marketing. And every once in a while, a stupid thing that I tweet and then immediately regret it. Not a Facebook guy. I'm not an Instaplant guy. I don't know anything about this stuff. Not my deal. So you're going to have to find somebody else who's going to talk about that. I'll just talk about the chart. By the way, I'm not a TikTok guy either, unless it's a watch, but I don't even get a TikTok thing. I got a phone. It's quiet. So the thing is, if we look at just kind of this line here, which I drew a while ago, but the stock's been squeezing. And so, okay, Dan, 2 minutes and 30 in. What the heck am I supposed to do? This is what you're supposed to do, in my view. Right now, the stock is trading in this range. Like this was the intraday high up here. We could even say like this is the low. So this is the range. Let me make sure I got this right. 24.90. No. So we'll put it down here. So this is the range. If the stock breaks out tomorrow, and it might because the market was weak today, but look, earnings from what I saw are still pretty good. The market just was looking for more, but that's weird how that happens. If the stock breaks out above this line tomorrow, I think you want to be a buyer. The level that I would look at, 25.74, that's today's intraday high. So I would look to be a buyer at literally at 25.75. If the stock breaks out above today's intraday high, I would buy the stock and I'd start looking for $30. That would be my trade. Now, you could say, oh yeah, but I'll get an early start on it and buy it lower. Well, yeah, you could do that if you knew that the stock was ultimately going to break out, but you don't. You might think you do, but you don't. And so to be buying a stock early before it breaks out, you're assuming that it's going to break out. And this is what I would tell you. You're wrong in assuming that, but you're taking extra risk by buying a stock before a breakout. That's fine. You're taking extra risk, but ask yourself this. If the stock does break out, how much percentage advantage or dollar advantage am I getting by buying now, buying early, versus just waiting for the stock to break out? That's the question that you got to ask yourself. And sometimes the answer is, hey, plenty, I'm going to go ahead and buy now. That's okay. But that is the question you have to ask yourself. You got to No, you have to make a decision. Like, do I wait for kind of the sure thing? And I'm not talking about whether the breakout's gonna work or not. That's a different topic. But you can wait for the sure thing when the stock actually does break out and you know it's broken through the point of least resistance there. And then buy the stock, or buy it early and take the risk that the stock doesn't breakout. Those are numbers. There are numbers that you can assign to that, and you just need to understand that that's what you're doing. So in this case, like I said, the stock breaks out to a new early high here above 25.74. That's when I would look to buy the stock. And if you look at 26.75 as the high on this day on July 9th, that's when you would add to the position. That's kind of aggressive, but that's what you would be doing. So anyway, that's it here. Hope that helps. I'll see you guys next time.